Well, there's a lot going on today, and it's not even a gala. Welcome to In the Loop. Well, hello and welcome to our open weekend here at the Watercress line. No, it's not a gala, but we do have a lot running, including a free train service and, more importantly, behind the scenes tours here at Ropley. This is the fantastic opportunity to have a look and a guided tour around the engine sheds here in Ropley and also in the carriage works. The weekend itself also says thank you to our members and shareholders by giving them free travel across the event. Now, I know what you're thinking, Will, how can I become a member of this fantastic organisation? And I'm glad you asked. The easiest way is to look on our website, watercressline.co.uk, or if you're at the railway itself, come down to Walsford and we'll be able to sort you out in the information office when it's open. There are a number of benefits to being a member here. Apart from supporting the railway in general, it's a good way to keep in touch with what's happening, both with half-price standard travel, so you can come down here and get a nice discounted day out, and also the fantastic Mid-Hants news. This is printed 3 times a year. This contains a lot of information about what's happening, various talks from managers, our general manager, chairman of Mid-Hants Railway Preservation Society, and a fantastic few pictures both on the front and the back. But I wouldn't trust that guy in the middle. We also do have a number of regional groups, depending on where you're based, which do fantastic presentations and also help with fundraising efforts. Let us not forget, one of our 08 shunters, which helped rebuild the line, was fundraised for by the Woking and Guildford group. But anyway, onwards with the day and onwards to our General Manager Simon, who took a quick moment out of driving today to talk to us about the event and what we have to look forward to in the future. Apart from having everything open so you can have a look around the shed, we've also got Class 20s paired together. This is the first time we've done that, isn't it?
Yeah, so this will be the first weekend that they run together here as a pair, and the first time, I think, for about 5 years that they've actually run as a pair, because although they're owned by the same group, they've been based at different places for that period of time.
Oh, interesting. Technically wise, is it quite easy to pair them together? It's just a jumper cable pretty much, isn't it?
It is. It's a jumper cable and the brake pipes and a control air pipe between the engines, and the coupling. Don't forget the coupling.
It is but a mere technicality.
It's a mere technicality. It's a slightly eerie experience, actually, if you travel in the rear cab of the pair, the one that isn't actually being operated, because you sort of sit there and everything happens by remote control. The thing sort of clicks and whirs, and then you set off. And well, that's very strange because I'm not touching anything. The engine's got a mind of its own.
Someone at the front with a little joystick doing everything.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very strange experience. But the actual process of coupling them together is pretty straightforward. The main thing is to remember not to have more than one desk open at a time.
Looking ahead to future events, obviously we've got our gala, fantastic event, a lot to look forward to. What else have we got to look forward to as part of it?
So, I think Gala's turning out to be really exciting. We're going to be opening a museum that's the new home of the Somerset and Dorset Railway Trust. And some exciting things there. Some exhibits I think that probably haven't been seen in daylight for 40 years.
Oh wow!
Because they haven't been able to display them previously. Then there's we're going to be doing a series of sort of cameos, I suppose you'd say, of the old Somerset and Dorset. Everything from the double heading that you used to see, the banking of trains that they used to do over Branksome with our little Ivet tank. We'll be banking some of the trains on the Sunday. A little bit of double heading. Of course, we've got a West Country in the shape of City of Wales, which will be exciting because that's an engine that ran over the line back in Somerset and Dorset days.
I have to admit, when it was announced, I did get some very excited messages.
Yes, and we haven't seen City of Wales down in this part of the world for a very long time, so that's very exciting. I think we've tried to gather together a bunch of locomotives, including one which will be announced in the next day or two, and they're all locomotives that are of a type that ran over the Somerset and Dorset, or actually did run over the Somerset and Dorset. And for the most part, the locomotives that will be there ran over the Somerset and Dorset. And obviously this one here spent its entire career there. But we know that the Standard 4 that's based here drifted onto the Somerset and Dorset metals. We believe that City of Wales did as well, of course, and the Mystery Guest.
I'd have to stay on tenterhooks for that one.
Yes.
But so it really is a nice, massive 3-day event. There's something different on every single day.
Yeah, what we've tried to do is come up with a different timetable on each day with different activities happening, different little cameos happening. One of the things that we've now got at Alresford is the fingerboard from Bath Green Park, which was the fingerboard where the Pines Express pointing at the different trains. So one of the things we're hoping to do, as long as the weather isn't too unkind to us, because obviously this is a historic artefact, if the weather isn't too kind to us, we'll have the fingerboard out on the platform at Alresford to signal away our replica of the Pines Express, which will run as either a 9 or a 10 coach train, which is a pretty heavy train for this line, and was for the Somerset and Dorset. So probably a reasonable homage to the train as it was.
That'll be a sight to see. It really will. Well, Simon, thanks for talking to us. I'll let you get on with driving a Class 20, and I think it's a good time to put a bit of traditional footage in there. Now, I do tell a lie. Once the camera stopped recording, we started talking, and Steam Illuminations came up, and we've actually got quite a lot on this year, and building on last year as well.
Yeah, Steam Illuminations, I think, is something we intend to build every year. So there's probably a 5-year plan already in our heads as to the developments we want to apply to it. This year there'll be a couple of surprises as you go through Ropley, which weren't there last year. Of course, the on-train entertainment will be a little bit different from last year as well, because we like to ring the changes. So, you know, even if you enjoyed it last year, you're not going to see quite the same thing again this year. And hopefully, when we come to next year, you know, it'll be another step forwards again.
I think on the line of beyond train entertainment, we set the bar pretty high. I mean, I took my family down. Not all of them like trains. As soon as kind of the X Factor voiceover man turns up, it was just amazing.
Yes, he did an awesome job, and he's doing a repeat performance this year. So
fantastic.
It was a lot of fun, and it was intended to be a lot of fun, and that's the point, really. You know, it's a time of year when you want to get together with people and do something that's interesting and entertaining, and you know, everybody here really loved putting it on. You know, there's laughter in the background now, and they're enjoying it even before it started.
Well, I have to admit, on the enjoyment side, there was brilliant. It's also including kind of staff and volunteers. And I suppose we've already talked about membership. One of the things about being a member is you can become a volunteer and actually join in the fun.
Yeah, yes, and I think, you know, it'd be fair to say there's opportunities in every department of the railway. We're definitely going to need everybody that can help us to put on Steam Illuminations this year, but from the existing members and any new members that come along. And, you know, it is a lot of fun. There's lots of different things to get involved in, from meeting and greeting to helping people to find a good place to park, to helping on the trains with the catering and all the other preparations that we have to do. There's lots and lots of things that are to be done this year if we're going to deliver a memorable experience for these people. And I think, you know, the thing about volunteering at something like Steam Illuminations is, I think everybody who did it last year would tell you there was such a buzz. There was such a buzz from all the people that were visiting. Everybody was having a fabulous time, and it rubs off. You know, it's hard not to have a good time if there's lots of smiling people around.
It's brilliant because, yeah, it sounds like lots of little jobs, but it's lots of those little jobs that really make the whole experience for the customer just superb. And the enjoyment you get out of it is just brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, last year we carried about 25,000 people during Steam Illuminations in just 17 days. Which gives you some idea of the buzz that was going on and some idea of what you need in order to support that. You need people who are going to be ambassadors for the railway from the moment that people start to arrive. And, you know, we're really lucky here. We're a really friendly bunch of people, and we project that out. You know, the most common thing I get said to me by visitors is how friendly the Watercress line is, and I think that's a massive strength.
It's like, you can't do much better than that, can you?
No, you know, and it's also great for the railway because it's a great event to volunteer at. It's a great event to enjoy. It's something that brings, we hope, a lot to the railway in terms of revenue, and we're in a reasonable place financially, as I think most people will be aware. But it is an opportunity to enter into next year and the future with a real spring. It's an opportunity to completely put behind us the effects of the pandemic, and it's also an opportunity for us to be able to address some of the backlog of things that we know we need to do around the place. So it's really important that we have a really fantastic Steam Illuminations, because it's fun to do. It brings a massive amount of joy to local people and those that travel on the train. And, you know, one of the loveliest things about last year was coming up out of Alton and seeing every evening, rain or shine, about 1,000 people stood on the playing fields in little groups, family groups, who were just there because they wanted to see the trains go by, and they were enthusiastically waving with massive smiles, and they brought torches and things to wave at the train. And that kind of connection with the community and what it brought to the community and what it meant to them is as important as whatever we can earn from revenue. So those are two really good reasons for wanting to do this event and wanting to do it really spectacularly well and build upon it in the years to come.
Absolutely superb. So folks, if you do want to become a volunteer and help us make this happen, then visit watercressline.co.uk or come down and see us here at Alresford in the information office. We'll be able to sort you out. Equally, if you do want to get membership, you know exactly where to go. Simon, thank you so much for talking to us. Plenty to look forward to. And I think it's a special weekend for us, so there's only really one way to end it, with some sounds of steam, well, and diesel. So a little bit about this weekend.
Yep.
I'll do a bit about membership later on. Well, to talk about... Ooh,
You might want to be in the shot.
that's rule one broken. I didn't even realise that even was a rule. Well, to talk about this weekend and looking ahead, we've got Simon...